Let's give everybody a couple minutes. Lynn, are you ready?
Ready.
We ready? All right, perfect. All right, so I'd like to call our March 6th Brigantine City Council meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute. Please remain standing while our Deputy Mayor Karen View leads us in prayer.
In the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, I have an old Irish blessing. May love and laughter light your days and warm your heart at home. May good and faithful friends be yours wherever you may roam. May peace and plenty bless your world with joy that long endures. May all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and yours. Thank you.
So you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement.
This is to advise meeting notices covering this meeting have been set and posted as required under the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. Tigers, do we have an executive tonight?
No executive session.
All right, we need our approval of our February 21st, 2024 council meeting minutes. We have a motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Our approval of payroll requisition list operating expenses and motion second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Open up public comments, public comment on agenda items only. Seeing no public comment, we'll close the public portion. All right, first up, we have ordinance number 3 of 2024. This is an introduction. This is an ordinance to amend chapter 234 of the Code of the City of Brigantine entitled Parking Lots to update the parking regulations in city parking lots for permit parking. Motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 4 of 2024. This is also an introduction. And this is an ordinance to amend chapter 105 of the Code of the City of Brigantine entitled Beaches and Recreation Areas to update regulations for our ice cream permits. We have a motion second. All right, so this is something city's been working on. This came at the request of a couple of vendors to make a couple of changes that are here. Part of it is to reduce the number of licenses. They were concerned that if there was too many licenses available, the veterans who were out there would not have an opportunity to make money, which we said was fine. I think we have about 6 veterans right now who sell ice cream, so we capped it right now at 10. One of the things we wanted to make sure too, we've had veterans who've been doing it for a number of years. So veterans who have held licenses in the past, they have right of first refusal. Tiger, I think they have until April 1st, right?
Mayor, that's we did it until April 1st. They could submit their application, and then April 1st it opened up to anyone else, any other veterans that.
So, you know, these are most of the changes that are here. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we have roll call.
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-47. contract with Paving Plus LLC for the reconstruction of golf cart paths. And this is holes 10 to 18. And this is for, in the amount of $336,307. We have a motion second. All right, so Karen made a motion, who's the second? Mike second.
Thank you.
Questions or comments?
Mayor, this is just to continue what we started last year. Last year, the front nine was paved. It made such a big difference. And we're going to continue on, probably not until the fall. Right? Yeah, right.
Plus, it's gonna build up some fill line areas.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Where it floods. more.
Yeah,
So
they're
build that
building
so
it up.
it's-
They're, yeah, building
Things
it up higher and then they will come back and fill in on the side. So it's a lot of work to be done.
May I have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri? Amy?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-48. This is a resolution by the city of Brigantine authorizing the Board of Contract for Professional Property Appraisals, Inc. for tax appeals and consulting. This is in a not to exceed amount of $19,000. We have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-49, and these are real estate tax refunds. We have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-50, and this is a resolution granting a revocable license at 3305 West Brigantine Avenue Condominium Associations, Inc. to extend the use of the right-of-way for a canopy, supports, and off-site signage. We have a motion second.
I'll make that. Second.
All right, so the next two resolutions that are coming our way, this has to do with the upgrades and improvements that are going on. What was Aunt B's, that'll be now Jersey Cal. Part of their design is they have a canopy that's going to come out. It'll extend part of the way into the right of way. This came before the planning board. The planning board gave them approvals, but the planning board's authority stops where I guess the owner's property line ends. Since some of this will extend into our property, it has to come before council in order for council to give the revocable licenses in order for them to move forward. This impacts both businesses there, which is Jersey Cal and Ernest & Sons Deli. The canopy is going to cover both. Ernest & Sons is going to upgrade their signs to match, and I think this is going to be a beautiful addition to the island. Are there any questions or comments?
Just one question. The license and the resolution refer to the 33rd Street right of way, but they also need relief on the.
I didn't hear, for which one?
Oh, I'm sorry. They're proposed to have canopies and other structures both on the 33rd Street side and on the Brigantine Avenue side, right?
So the canopy extends out on the Brigantine Avenue side. I don't think Tiger, it doesn't
So
extend to the 33rd.
The revocable license for 33rd Street side will be for parking. The canopy is only for the Brigantine Avenue side. The second resolution you'll see, that's for parking to extend into the right of way by 7 feet.
They had I was going to say they had a pre-existing non-conformity where they, I guess in the past, their parking had extended into the right of way, and the planning board had said since they're coming forward with a local license, they should do both.
The only reason I'm asking is it looks on the sketch as if they're proposing something along the Anderson Son and Cozy Cow frontage to extend toward Brigantine Avenue, is that fully contained within the property? Is it also partially?
I'm just having a hard time.
So the canopy extends into the right of way, the sidewalk area, the overhang part of it does. The supports that hold the canopy will be inside the property line. It's just the extension part of the top part of the canopy that extends onto the right of way. So it's overhead.
So it doesn't actually block the sidewalk.
Doesn't block the sidewalk at all. It's just, the canopy part extends past the pillars, which are on the property line, on into the right of way, into the sidewalk area.
So if it was anything, it would be air rights for that portion. Of the
Pretty-
section.
Yeah, nothing, unless you jump, nothing you're gonna be able to touch.
Again, I'm asking just because I want to make sure they get all the relief they need later on. Somebody doesn't say, wait a minute, you didn't have the right to extend out into the air.
Yeah.
Right.
Council, we can tweak the licensing agreement to note what you're saying, before it's executed, so it's not an issue down the road.
If Dennis wants that to happen.
So what we would be doing is passing this resolution, authorizing the manager to enter into the agreement. These changes that need to be made, finalize the changes to the agreement. Alright. Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Salupri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-51, and this is a resolution granting a revocable license at 3305 West Brigantine Avenue Condominium Association, Inc. to extend the use of the right-of-way for parking purposes. Motion second. Second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Salupri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have our consent agenda. We have Elks raffle license number 1047, Elks raffle license number 1048, Elks raffle license number 1049, VFW raffle license number 1050, American Legion raffle license number 1051, Green Whales open water swim request, Green Whales ugly sweater 5K family frolic, Jeep event, Riptide Spring Derby request. And motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Salupri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
It's time we'll open up. We have our council manager committee discussions. Tyler?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to give council an update. We went live on Rec Desk, the community center, on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. So we've had a couple days. So just give you a couple stats. We've had 425 different registrations just in the last 3 days. That doesn't mean 425 total people. That's could be one person, multiple classes, but 425 registrations and 400 member profiles were created. We've had 257 unique participants that have signed up for a class in the spring. 224 of those are seniors, 23 are non-seniors, and 10 are youth. So all complaints, I met with Jim Mogan and Kristen Sullivan yesterday, and they said, 9 o'clock kicked off Monday. They expected the phones to be ringing off the hook. Everybody waited, and it was quiet. And there was actually one person that called, and they just said, hit the refresh button. They said, oh, I'm in. Okay. And they hung up and got into the class they were looking for, and that was an 83-year-old woman. So it has been a huge success. We've been working hard for this for a while. Kristen down there, can't say enough of good things about her and the team down there that have working hard to get this off the ground. So, and we're looking to expand this. You know, it's a great program. It's real easy to use, user friendly. So this is just another step in the right direction for us to, you know, so people didn't have to. The old way was very archaic. You know, everyone waiting around in a line, sometimes outside in the weather. You know, there's like a Taylor Swift tickets trying to get everyone's lining up out for hours, sleeping out in the parking lot. So no more of that. It's all done right online now. They can do it right through Rec Desk. So just kudos to the team down there. I just make sure we're aware of that. The update.
You know, Tiger, I really want to thank you, Kristen, Jim, for getting this done. This has been a major initiative that we've been trying to do here in the city. You guys did a great job getting this together, making it happen. It's something that a lot of people who have those programs down there really want. Like you said, nobody wants to have to stand in line for hours or fill out forms. And I think even on the back end, with all the data entry that went on, I think it's going to be a big improvement for our communities down there. So thank you for getting it.
I was down there about 10:30 on Monday. And they had taken in $225 worth of checks. Those people who don't want to pay it. And the staff was available to work with them. And all the comments on Facebook have been very.
This was on Facebook. It's official.
Yeah,
Must be true.
watch out.
And actually, too, I want to thank Tom Rapici. He's on our recreation commission, and he had made the recommendation because I asked him to start to research and look at some programs. He had made the recommendation for the Rec Desk and pushed that forward to us, Karen and Dennis. I want to make sure that he gets recognition too because he helped us find this program. There's no others.
That's it, Mayor.
First, I want to announce the community yard sale officially be June 7th, 8th, and 9th this year. That'll be permit free for coming from the Green Team. Also, from the Green Team, keep an eye out for the second annual Cherry Blossom Festival, which will be held Saturday, April 20th. A digital map of all the cherry trees on the island will be available. The Cherry Blossom Tea will be held at the VFW from 2 to 4, $25. And then they're also going to host a community photo hour here by the library for all the cherry trees are. And they're inviting families to come out and take family photos with the beautiful trees in the backdrop. So there will be a lot of information. Congratulations to Paul Amalfitano and NovaCare for celebrating their 25 years of serving our community. Reception last week. And last Friday, our business community welcomed Sandy Jack's Deli. Several of us were there. They're at 1206 Brigantine Avenue, and the owners, Robert and Pam, are carrying groceries, meats, and sweets from Ireland and the British Isles. They're very, very nice people, and the sandwiches are delicious. I tried it yesterday. Okay, I've been working with the police department, and we are going to hold a workshop for seniors on Thursday, April 19th, talking about the scams that have been increasing in elder fraud. Between Acting Captain Steve Ward and I, we're going to host this informational session for our seniors at the community center during their lunch in the lunchroom. And if you're interested in participating, you can call Linda Nace at 609-264-7350 extension 2. We're going to put an article in the paper. We're going to put some flyers out down there, and it'll be following bingo. So hopefully we'll have a nice turnout. And finally, this morning, I loved every minute of reading with our preschool class as part of Read Across America Day, celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday. I always love to go back in the classroom where I spent many, many years. And although I never taught preschool, I loved second grade. The kids were really cute. The staff was very, very wonderful. And that's about it.
actually a decorated style. Also, I guess you all heard about the Department from
Yeah, the first step was securing the money, and we'll work with the county to move forward. Go down to that.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, Sandy Jacks at the shout out from both of you. Great coleslaw from that place. I tried it. Pick it with my coleslaw. So, and Paul well described. That's a good time. And no, that was there just the other day. Celebrated 25 years. Really good turnout. Mascot. Look forward to hearing from Mike about our upcoming St. Patrick's Day parade. Just want to also touch on an article that was in the Atlantic City Press this past Friday about relative story that is to the offshore wind. And in the article, it speaks of a company called Attentive Energy 2 and Leading Light Wind. The latest offshore wind solicitation, and announcement made up in Camden County. Talks about utilities, megawatts of energy, et cetera, yada yada yada. I'm all for clean energy and prop sources. Also in favor of small modular reactors as opposed to larger reactors. That something that's kind of forefront exists a number of years. And besides that, there's been a lot of advances made in nuclear energy. For the life of me, I'll never quite understand why the BL England plant is going to be retrofitted and set up for natural gas as opposed to the oil and coal burning plant that it was. That would have been natural gas is a great source of clean energy. But lo and behold, it passed initially, and then some things were put in the works, and all of a sudden it was no go. They were going to run something to do with the running pipes near the Pinelands, something of that nature. I don't understand that. So, behind the scenes, so to speak, but I am strictly against the industrialization of our ocean and all the harm that it will cause to the marine life, and I hear a lot of talk about that. But just all the beautiful seabirds in that area too, the seagulls and all the other terns and other seabirds, they're going to be affected. And they're going to be killed by those turbines as well. I do want to just leave it. I'm just going to touch on there's a nice little wrap up paragraph or so at the end of the article. In the news release Friday, Robin Schaefer of Ocean City, president of Protect Our Coast, New Jersey, and obviously we have to defend Brigantine, and there's other organizations. There's a lot of litigation going on. Obviously, keep his motion at times. His words: "We oppose offshore wind towers, whether they're 12 miles, 40 miles, or 1,000 miles offshore. They are a terrible idea being promoted by the wealthy elite, including our governor. Burden for this reckless enterprise will be borne by low and middle-income New Jersey tax and ratepayers, small businesses along the Jersey Shore, commercial fishermen, and the marine life that will inevitably be harmed." Hear, hear. I couldn't say that any better myself. There's a lot of other things to talk about with that, but thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Still a little drained from our discussion about the license. I don't have much left. Do you want to mention, happened the other night to stop in at the Garden Club meeting, Garden Club members I see out in our audience, and a big crowd there, and we're coming garden club season specifically. Their volunteers are going to be out there working on gardens throughout town. Please show them courtesy as you're on the roads and stay as far away from them as you can. They're doing important work for Brigantine. It helps beautify Brigantine, and they do it for free.
Go down to you.
Garden Club. Yeah. I'm selected. Like treasurer, Lacey Elmore. With that. Well, we made and treasurer. It's not a current
Oh,
member,
I
it's somebody that you.
What's that name? Sorry.
Mr. Al Martin.
I misunderstood. I
treasurer.
thought we were appointing the treasurer. We're appointing a member.
Yes, we appointed several positions last meeting, and that individual could. So they stepped aside.
All right, so we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Neil Kane for Al Martin to be placed on the Garden Club. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passed.
All right. Thank you. And other than that, thanks for coming out. It's crappy weather. Really appreciate it. Thanks for everybody coming out. Thank you. That's it.
Councilman Large.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, like Neil said, thanks for everybody coming out this evening. We appreciate it. As far as things going on in the city, Cultural Arts Commission has a lot going on Saturday, March 9th, which also coincides with the Atlantic City St. Patrick's Day Parade. But they have a great talk down the community center by Dr. Steven Serator on local birds. And anytime you get a chance to listen to Dr. Steve speak, he's phenomenal, whatever he's talking about. But this one's a good thing. 2 hours. There'll be light refreshments served. So down at the community center this Saturday from 1 to 3, talking about local birds. Now you see them, now you don't. They also have some future things coming up. Butterfly at the Cove in April, an Italian cooking demonstration coming up in the next few months, and an art show back in September. The Economic Development Committee, ongoing work. Things are good. New businesses are opening. Businesses are moving, staying on the island. That's good to see. Construction's good. Real estate sales are good. That's that. And then, of course, Brigantine St. Patrick's Day Parade is Saturday, March 16th. That's in 2 Saturdays a week from this coming Saturday. 1 p.m. starting up at St. Thomas Church, walking all the way down to Veterans Triangle. It's going to be a phenomenal day. And of course, our grand marshals, Glenn Robbins from the school, Dr. Brendan Kelly, Bob Suey, everybody knows Bob Suey, and Angela Reynolds, who's been so supportive of the parade in the past, Donna Ricchini, also from the Elks, and of our own, Councilman Dennis Haney will be leading the parade down the avenue this year. So it's going to be a good time on Saturday the 16th. Other than that, the last council meeting, we had Dr. Michael Coates here, and he was talking about an issue with the electric bills and the charges with the new meters that have been installed. So I'm thankful that Dr. Michael's come out this evening. We've been working together about getting people to, they need to, how would you say it, Mike? Just kind of submit their energy information, which if you get in contact with me, I can help you with that. But we've already started. We have a few people that we've gotten the information about. Dr. Michael, could you want to say a couple quick words? Can I do that during my wait to the public comments? All right. But yeah, so that's anything else. And of course, you know, my number is on the bottom of the front page of the Brigantine Times, so you can always reach me there. So thank you.
Thanks. First of all, I'd like to say I'm really excited about all the new businesses that had opened up in Brigantine. I told you a little while back, one of the Philadelphia papers just told a story on all the short towns that were losing businesses. They were very, very surprised to hear that we were gaining businesses. So I was very proud of that. and very proud of the success that our local businesses are having. And I think a lot of it has to do with the hard work of our Chamber of Commerce and a lot of the investment that we're making as a council. You know, it's kind of like, what's that saying? If you build it, you know, made a lot of great investments here. And it's good too. A lot of the stuff that we see coming up on the agenda is really a reflection of the hard work of this council and obviously of all of our department heads as well as our employees. And we have a great team going. And I'm very, very proud of how things are going in this community. So thank you all for that. Quick short-term rental update, our SDL program. This is the program we're going to be using for tracking the issues that we're having with short-term rental properties and also for people to be able to file complaints. That's coming online now. We're starting to roll that out in the different departments that are going to use that. Training is taking place. So it's good to get our employees trained and ready for that. Doing a slow rollout with the different departments, but we should be fully live in the next 30 days. So excited to have that going forward. Update on our litigation for the Ocean Wind. Brigantine had joined in with the municipalities and LVI as well as Ventnor to file litigation. This litigation will go before the judge on March 12th. So after March 12th, we should have an update from, I guess, our attorneys. I don't know if the judge will make a decision on that day, but March 12th is when we are scheduled to go before the judge. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. This time, I would like to open up to public comment. If you'd like to be heard, please come up and state your name and address for the record. John.
John Johnson, 36 Scofield Beach Drive. My question would be, at 3305, the canopy extends past their property line. Does it go to the curb line, the extension of that canopy?
It does not. How far, do you remember how far out it goes? I forget the exact distance. It doesn't go the whole way. So it goes 6 feet out, and I think there's 12 feet total. So it extends about half the distance.
And then my next question would be, for the online registration for CER, is City Hall offering assistance to anybody that may need that?
The community center is, and they have people on staff that will help anybody who needs to come in.
Thank you.
John, prior to the registration going live on Monday, they held 3 different sessions for people to create their profiles online. Anybody who wanted to go in and meet with them. And they've also got iPads down there that people can keep in for needs at home.
I think that's excellent.
They've done an excellent job with it.
John, I could show you when we're done, hang out, I'll show you the exact where the canopy stops.
John, I even was able to do it myself. I created my own profile myself. I was proud. No grandchild with that sister.
If there's no other public comment.
Mike and I viewed what I was going to do. So what I do now, email you a video of how to use your Ace Electric account. Presumably you all sign into the Ace Electric. Yeah, so I assume I don't need you to. You've already created an account. If you create an account, you get into your Ace Electric bill through the internet. What I would like to do is get 3 files from that. I will send you all the video on how to do that, and then if you send that to me, I will then look at the data, and I will give you back the data so you can see what. Okay, I did that for Mike. I haven't got enough data to be anything like conclusion, but if I get 30 or 40 respondents like this, then we'll know if we're common thing.
And just so some people know that maybe weren't here at the last meeting, what's happened is since they replaced the old electric meters on the side of the house with the spinning wheels on there, and they have the digital meters now, there seems to have been kind of an upcharge on our electric bills and all. So we're working together to find out, presumably because of the more accuracy of the digital meters, that's possible, but we're just trying to get a hold on it and to go forth from there and maybe question Atlantic City Electric on it, so appreciate helping us out here.
Evening. Jim Coya, 305 20th Street. Have some housekeeping issues. I see you're already dressed. The
Where do you
Chiefs-
see my outfit, bro?
I can't wait. I see you're working on the beard. You got a way to go. Sandy Jack's cheesesteaks. Awesome. Great addition to the menu. And I think having April 19th to have it's out of control. Planning board agendas are not have nothing calendar. There's no event meetings. Watching. So I'm responsible for that, but
Probably the planning board secretary. So I'll have city manager.
And then this is regarding the resolution. Authorizing services. Then I read in the news article of the paper that working hired professor from Stockton. Leave. Then I also read that now. Congressman, no, Stanford. Army Corps of Engineers support. Spending 37,000 professor part-time now. Just clear to me that having read those three things, the same thing, important. Not spending money.
Let me ask you this question. What exactly does Stockton Coastal Research do for the city of Brigantine? Okay, so that might be the issue. So we are a managed beach
Right.
under the federal government. Part of that requirement is that data needs to be collected. And Stockton is who we use to collect the data. So Stockton, their work that they do out there is independent of anything else we do. It is just a requirement of being a managed beach. And then for Dr. Stu Farrell, Dr. Stu Farrell actually used to obviously work for Stockton Coastal Research. He retired, but he has an extensive knowledge of Brigantine. So rather than spend a lot of money, I have a good relationship with him. We actually asked him to come and sit down and talk with us because we wanted to know before we met with the Army Corps, before we approached the DEP, what we were looking at, what questions we needed, data, because we wanted to make sure that our conversations were fruitful. But there was no cost to the city of Brigantine. There was no expense. But a big part of being effective in government is the relationships that you have speaking with people. So we wanted to make sure we talk to them. You're correct. The Army Corps does not cost us any money, but in order for the Army Corps to take action, one of the things they like to look at is the data that's provided to them. So we want to make sure that we have that in order to make sure that our meetings with the Army are. So you had kind of made the statement earlier that it was a redundancy. It's not a redundancy. It's actually a necessary part of the process.
It appeared. So the information that Stockton.
So that's different. So Stockton, their information's on the front page. So when it comes to the Cove Beach, you're talking about the intercoastal way of that is separate than anything that Stockton does. So there are two different issues, and that's probably more of an Army Corps issue. And it's also why we reached out to Dr. Stu Farrell, because working with him not cost the city money. If we involve Stockton Coastal Research, we would then have to pay additional fees because it is outside of their scope of
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Mrs. Phillips, I was waiting. I missed you at the last meeting.
Ann H. Phillips, 308 7th Street. I have several items here. First, is I have written about what's called the state housing plan. Please define what is the county next Brigantine. The promenade. Will this work include an extension of our seawall floor and also the placement of additional rocks at the base of the wall property? Both of those have been discussed in the past as possibilities, and that the rocks you can see down there have the sand protection that was intended. The rocks were placed there. It's expensive, but when we work on this and what to last. So whatever can be done to protect the work and ensure that it lasts should be discussed. So, that's two. Concerning time, Mr. Hingley, I have some information. DPD and the Protect Our Coast Strategy Program has filed against these two options. Both now have two copies.
Thank you.
So be careful about court.
Very interesting reading as to the basis of this appeal. So that's good news, and we'll wait to hear. But that's a major step forward. What's taking place. So I'll also get a chance to make the copies and distribute them to the county board of commissioners, which I think need to see these things, and also our state representatives. So, something that I didn't expect to have to mention, but I got caught yesterday. A very unannounced closure of the drawbridge on Route 30, leaving Atlantic City. I got up just about 3 cars from the opening gate, and red lights went on, so on. So we stayed there for about 30 minutes at least, and raised the gate, raised the bridge, closed it down, and then raised it again. And there were no police around, cars were backing up the miles. So I figured I'd try to get in touch with the state, which I did, but and it was just testing, but as she pointed out, one person did, the importance of all the testing, because we were also have heard in the past throughout drawbridges that have collapsed. And so she also mentioned that affected communities should be receiving notices from the state, this is through the Department of Transportation, of what's taking place, what the problems continue to be, since they're still working on it. And of course, we don't know. Traffic was proceeding normally, and all of a sudden, all the red lights went on and it just stopped. Yeah, there were 2 employees who left and bridge came down. And they were working. It's just there, no police, and nobody got the information. But I think it might be helpful if you made sure that that Department of Transportation does communicate to government and Brigantine as to the status of that bridge, because just think of what would happen if something did happen. And how it can plays a major part. So supposedly it's safe, but I think they have a duty to keep us informed. Because how often do you travel over that bridge? So, and we'll never get the bridge permanent bridge there because there's no money for it. So we're sort of stuck with it, and it's old. It certainly gives me a lot of thought when I go over, which I didn't pay attention to before. You just assume that they're going to keep it safe. But they're aware, and she, when I talked to the lady, she emphasized the fact what can happen if you don't keep testing and making sure that the bridge, if it goes up, it's going to come down. So I just ask that you please keep in touch. If you need anything, I can give that to you because I went from office to office. As concern, as jurisdiction over this section of South Jersey. Western section of South Jersey. So, and they, and,
Sorry.
okay. Well, I thought that was public. So when have authorized you have authorized the appointment to people, you hired 2 employees, an inspector for code enforcement and a supervisor. So who are these people? What are their salaries? And we'll be looking forward to how they function. We talked about training them and what they're going to be looking for in terms of violators. That covers everything. So thank you, and please respond to any
Thank you for bringing it to our attention about the bridge. Tiger, if you could just make sure you reach out to the Department of Transportation and get those notices.
After 5 a.m., every 30 minutes, they were gonna have the bridge open and inspect the lanes. So you're the second or third person now that Rick mentioned that condition. Okay? That they had to take care of during the day to do that, so it's unfortunate.
This is what I just wanted to be able to answer your questions. I think I'll start with the promenade. The we're looking at actually 2 different projects with the promenade. The first one is the grant that Councilman Materi talked about. He, myself, and Dennis Levinson worked on that. We got that grant money. That is just for upgrades and repairs to the existing promenade. You talked about the jetty rocks. Part of what we're looking at, like you said, for the protection, some of those rocks shift over time. So we're looking at if we need to repair, replace, or what we need to do with those rocks. The other thing we're looking at is an extension of the promenade. And we're working on funding for that from another source. So there are 2 different grants, 2 different projects, and we broke them into different projects because we knew we could move this one along a little bit faster. And we didn't want to hold this one up because there'll be different approvals and things we need to construct, a new seawall and promenade up on that. We'll keep you posted on that. We talked about the state housing mandate. This is something that was brought to my attention, and it has to do with affordable housing. My understanding of this is the state is looking at how they can increase affordable housing in the state of New Jersey. As you know, Brigantine comes under review every 10 years. I think we're coming up on that this year again, where the state's going to come in and tell us we need like 1,000 units of affordable housing. We're going to explain to them we're at 99% build out. Where do you want to put it? Last time we went through this process, they wanted to put it in the circles and the parks in the middle of the streets. I mean, the stuff they came up with was not reasonable. One of the things that really has me concerned is the state is talking about using eminent domain to create affordable housing, where they're going to come in and they're going to select properties, take them under eminent domain, and then make them affordable housing. I think that is illegal and wrong, and I hope that the state does not seriously consider doing that, because I don't know how you take someone's home who's been living there and then give it to someone else, and that is wrong. So I know that our state representatives are working on that, waiting to get an update, but I know that that is one of the ideas and proposals that is being put forward. And again, I want to say how wrong it is to use eminent domain to take someone's home. We're looking at the, you talked about the inspectors and stuff for that. We're still in the hiring process. We were moving forward in one direction. Something came up that prevented us from moving in that direction. We're working through that issue, and we will resolve that as soon as possible. Once we do that, we'll be able to disclose you. I guess legally we disclose who employees are. Yeah, so we would disclose who the employees are, what those salaries are, but that hasn't been set in stone. But there is an issue that came up, and we had to go. We had to work through that issue. So we'll keep you posted. There's no other public comment. We're going to close the public portion. Any final council comments? All right, seeing none, can we have a motion and second to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, seeing none, our meeting is closed. Thank you for coming to our March 6th city council meeting and watching your council team at work. Enjoy your week, everybody.